This is the Planning Commission meeting for Wednesday, November 9th. Please call the roll.
Mr. Cappers.
Here.
Mayor.
Present.
Mr. Wolke.
Here.
Mr. Titterington.
Here.
Mrs. Mahan.
Here.
Mr. McGarry.
Here.
Mr. Force.
Here.
All members are present.
The first matter to come before the Commission is the minutes of our last meeting, October 12, 2016. Are there any additions, corrections, or deletions to those minutes?
Move the minutes be approved.
Motion to approve. Is there support for the motion?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? They stand accepted. Next matter is the Historic District application for 3 East Main Street for a new wall sign. Does staff have a report?
Yes, we do.
Go ahead.
Amber Sowers is the applicant. She's requesting approval for a new wall sign at the location. The address is been put together in such a way that actually this is going to lie back in towards the shoe repair, even though its address is 3. She's going to have a juice business there. It has frontage on both Public Square and East Main Street, which gives them a total of 100 square feet combined wall signage and window signage. They have one tenant that already has 7 square feet. This sign will be 25 square feet, so combined they're still well under their 100. It'll be constructed of Lumicore in black with white vinyl lettering, as the rendition shows in your packet. Application has been reviewed for all sign requirements and only waits on your imposed amendments if there be any.
Explain to me what Lumicore is, please.
It is aluminum skin that has a foam type of core. A good example would be any new wayfinding signs you may see in and around town. Maybe what may be on the new bike racks. They're aluminum skinned with a foam type core that are bonded.
Any questions of staff?
Move to support. Second. Oh.
Second by Mr. Force, motion by Mr. Terrington. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Mayor.
Yes.
Mr. Wolke.
Yes.
Mr. Titterington.
Yes.
Mrs. Mahan.
Yes.
Mr. McGarry.
Yes.
Mr. Force.
Yes.
Mr. Cappers.
Yes.
Approved.
Okay, Historic District application for 222 West Franklin Street for exterior renovations. Do we have a report?
Yes, we do.
Go right ahead.
This is, as you said, 222 West Franklin, which is the southeast corner of West Franklin Street and South Short Street. The applicant is proposing to remove and replace the old back porch and steps with a new patio and steps made of pavers. The pavers for the patio consist of River Bend Camelot pavers, and the steps will be River Blend Brussels Dimension pavers. The railing that is existing on the porch now will be reused on the new porch. There is a sheet in the back of the report, yes, detailing the pavers and the colors.
Can I ask you about this? Is this the way the current steps look like? Is this at the back of their building?
Yes.
Or before they tore it?
Before they tore it down.
Somebody.
Which I do need to mention that the project was semi-started, and I happened to drive by and saw that work was going on, asked about it. No permit, no historic review, but it was quickly corrected.
Thank you.
Staff, sir? Yes. Are you Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Okay. This is the applicant for 222 West Franklin. Staff recommends approval that the proposed alterations will provide needed repairs to the porch area of the building, and the proposed colors of the pavers will be complementary and color to the brick of the existing building.
Any questions of staff?
Move to approve.
Motion to approve. Is there support for the motion? Second. Mr. McGarry, seconded. Any further discussion? The pavers, are they going to encompass the entire side yard leading all the way to the garage?
It's not all the way to the garage according to the site plan. There's
Only a portion of that, probably 1/3 of the way back from the back door.
Okay. And this is just in case somebody here can't see you, you're Mr. Martin? And
Yes.
You live at the property and you're the applicant,
Correct.
Okay, and it looks to me like it's going to be a 14-foot depth on the patio?
Yes.
Is that what it is? Thank you, sir. Any other questions, any other discussion concerning the motion? Okay, please call the roll.
Mr. Wolke?
Yes.
Mr. Titterington?
Yes.
Mrs. Mahan?
Yes.
Mr. McGarry?
Yes.
Mr. Force?
Yes.
Mr. Cappers?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes.
Approved, unanimous.
Okay, next we have a review of Chapter 12 of the Comprehensive Plan. Staff have lead discussion?
Yes, we do. Thank you. Chapter 12 of the comp plan was handed out at the October 12th Planning Commission meeting. It involves updates to the parks, recreation, and open space. We did provide a red line chapter. We met with the parks director, Jeremy Drake, to go over these changes, and it was reviewed by the park board president and the rec board president as well. And I'm open to any comments you may have.
I've got a couple of comments, and I'm not quite sure whether or not these were addressed in I got a most current copy or not. So let's go to page 4 if you don't mind.
Okay.
And there's a yellow line statement just above the bold face, recreational trails and bikeways. It's yellow line. It is recommended that the city of Troy update the plan for parks and recreation. Is that still in your draft?
Yeah, I left that in there. I know you had a comment on that, just because the last plan was from 1990. I didn't know if that was a recommendation that the board wanted to make or take it out. The only comment I received from Mr. Hobart was he was undecided whether one was needed. So that's why I left it in.
Okay. I don't want it in there. I don't think it's proper to go and put it in a planning document. It's certainly subject to review by the Planning Commission if we want to adopt a park and recreation master plan. While I've been on the park board, we've had 2 such master plans, and we have never consulted them.
Okay.
But, you know, if something is necessary for the purpose of going after grant money or anything like that, then that's a different story. But I really don't think it'd be appropriate to go ahead and have that in our plan in Chapter 12, because people will be taking a look at this when they come in, as I would imagine, for the possibility of having businesses relocate here and stuff like that, and I don't want them to know that we dropped the ball, if they think they dropped the ball. Anybody else have a contrary opinion?
I agree.
No, I agree. It may be redundant if you upgrade the plan and the board still sit in there.
Exactly.
So,
So let's take it out.
Consider it stricken.
The next comment I had was on page mark number 7. And I don't know if this was changed or not, so let me go over with you. Park inventory and statistics. In line number 4, currently there are over 23. You slashed through that and said 25. This is off of our own city website. There's 27.
27?
Right.
I'll verify that with Jeremy. I thought he was the one that gave me 25.
Well, yeah, okay. I'm sorry. It is over 25, but actually, if you were to count them, if you were to count them, there's actually like 28. It depends on whether you include the aquatic park or not. Yeah, it's over 25. I'm sorry, but it looks more impressive if you said 27.
But not over 20.
Not over.
Not over 27, got it.
And that same issue is on the open space paragraph on the next page. Line number 4, whatever you put there, you said maintains over 25 parks, but it ought to be consistent with what I just talked about.
Okay.
Okay. May I continue? I'll just keep on going here. The bottom of page 9, it says neighborhood parks. The last one on the entry is Westlake Park. Now, I happen to know that Westlake is a planned unit development, that it's not a city park, and I don't think it's dedicated to the city.
It is not.
But I don't know that that's what the intent of this paragraph is.
Yeah, we actually threw in there public and private. That's why it's listed under there.
Okay. Okay. And then let me just, on page 11, recreation facilities in your graph, you're saying golf courses, and you're saying that their city already has 2. Now, I imagine you're probably including Troy Country Club, which isn't in the city.
The country club is in the
is
city.
now.
Well, that's great to hear. I didn't know it is. When did that happen?
10 years ago.
When I was working.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, okay.
Have we annexed
Decades ago.
Pine Street and Spruce Street all the way out to the country club?
No.
No,
It goes in,
this goes around.
Contiguous
Around
It's
that area.
UTC through Waco Park in the back.
Good. Okay,
to
gotcha.
Robinson.
My apologies. So thank you for that explanation.
So we do have two,
We do have to.
not over.
We're out of order, Mr. Turick.
My apologies.
Okay, and that's all the comments I had. I'll open it up to the rest of the commission for any comments they may have.
Well, throughout, there seems to be a disconnect between the figures in the narrative and the actual figures. They don't always refer to what is there in the way of figures, and the figures are out of order also.
Okay, we'll take a look at that and make sure we correct that.
Okay. Then, I guess this is nitpicking, but with the levy on page 10, we talk about the city parks. We're talking about the extension will include. I'm not sure where we're going with that now that the levy is off the ballot. On page 12,
Well, wait a minute, let's address that issue. Should that be in our planning document, that it says the extension will include 12 baseball fields and one miracle field? We don't know that's going to ever happen.
Well, I guess we could say the city,
Plans to.
either plans to or there are designs to,
Yeah, we can put that.
since it is a comprehensive.
That would fit. And that
Perhaps
gives
change
us-
that then, Tim?
Okay, I will make that correction.
And earlier in that paragraph, the 153.66 acres you're talking about there, this is the city's largest park with 153.6, is that just referencing Duke Park? then?
Correct, yes.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Wolke, did you have some other comments then?
Well, I noticed on page 12, you're eliminating a number of things, which I guess you're doing that because they're outside the corporate limits?
Yes, that's why we took those away.
Okay. But then later on, you're eliminating the Troy Memorial Stadium. Is that because it's school?
It's no longer owned by the
It's
city.
correct.
But neither is the golf course, which is right
Well, the
before
golf
it.
course is owned by the city.
Troy Country
The
Club?
country club is not.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So there's an inconsistency there.
I see.
And I guess that's all that I had.
I think you're right. I'd put Jerome Memorial Stadium back in. We have, when we transferred that over to the school board, we maintain a reservation of rights of use for city-owned festivities.
Right.
So we could,
So we could easily put that back in.
Okay, I'll put it back in.
And we're still paying for it, so.
there you go.
How are we still paying for it?
General revenue, bonds.
Oh, gotcha. Mr. Wolke, anything else?
No.
Does anybody else have any comments concerning Chapter 12? Okay. Do you need a motion or something to approve these chapters as we send them, or are you going to give them all to us at the same time?
We'll actually give you, we have one more that'll come before you at the next meeting, and we'll give you for your review. That will be the last chapter, and then our goal is to put a book together and then provide you with that, the updated book.
Okay, very good. Okay. Do you have anything else to come before the commission?
This will be the last time I bring this up, I promise. The Planning and Zoning Workshop is December 2nd. I know some of you have already registered, but if you want to go, simply let us know.
Thank you.
And can we discuss the next meeting, which would normally be the day before Thanksgiving?
A little birdie told me that the next meeting is scheduled for the day before Thanksgiving. That's the 23rd, I think it is.
That would be a problem for me.
Is there anybody else that is planning not to attend? There's two. I would prefer not to attend.
Okay.
Same here.
So unless there's something urgent that comes before, we will try to work out a meeting date that would accommodate the commission, and otherwise we will not have an agenda. How's that?
Sounds great. Anything else to come before the commission? Any other commissions? Yes, Mr.
Give you a
Sir.
little heads up, in case you weren't paying attention Monday night. Council's been considering the Planning Commission's recommendation regarding medical marijuana. Just to remind everybody, that recommendation was to eliminate or prohibit, rather, cultivation and processing, but allow dispensing up to 5 dispensaries within the B1, B2, or B4 district, specifically not in the B3 nor in the historic downtown district. That was briefly considered, and there was an amendment proposed by the committee, Law and Ordinance Committee, to modify the terms, again, prohibiting cultivation and processing, allowing up to 3 dispensaries in the B4, which is the highway business district only. That amendment was moved and seconded. The roll call yielded a 3 positive to 6 negative vote. Immediately followed was an amendment to eliminate, again, cultivation, processing, but also dispensaries. That amendment passed by a margin of 5 to 4. So the amended ordinance will be considered at the next council meeting in a week and a half. Conventional wisdom, head counting, verbal discussions in a very informal setting leads us to believe that it will probably not prevail, since it varies from the Planning Commission recommendation, and for council to supersede or override, I guess, Planning Commission's recommendations, they need at least 7 affirmative votes by council. We are not confident that it's going to get 7 votes, which means that in all likelihood the issue will come back to the Planning Commission. In the meantime, the moratorium expires in early January, and so at a minimum, assuming that the vote goes the way that we think it will, possibly on a week from Monday, we will ask council to, at a minimum, extend the moratorium for another period of time to give enough time to reconsider, re-recommend, and then go through the zoning process, including another public hearing and 3 readings.
Could you share with us the discussion about why they did not allow dispensaries? Otherwise legal?
Well, it was a brief discussion, but the majority just felt that it was not in keeping in what they'd want to see within Troy, and so they felt that there would be, in other neighboring communities, dispensary options available, and that's why they voted the way they did.
I guess procedurally, if that's the process, I can see us ping-ponging this back and forth indefinitely.
Let's hope you're not correct, but I suppose theoretically it could go on for quite a while.
Okay. Well, we will attend to that when it happens. Any other comments? Anything else the commission wants to discuss? Hearing no other, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. Mr. Forsyth, second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We stand adjourned.